Hello and welcome to the MMA Elevator with me, Darius. We're here breaking down UFC 316. Let's get into it. First fighting card, we've got my boy Andreas Bane Gustafsson fighting the Ox fighter Khaos Williams. Very scary fight. Story of this fight is Bane has had 3 fighter changes over the past, month. I think he dropped out of his first fight about 2 months ago. And then he had fights last week. He had a fighter drop out and he had another fighter drop out. And now he's been brought onto this card to replace a fighter that Khaos Williams had drop out. It's a bit of a fucking mess. This fight is gonna be a mess. It's a wild one. I'm intrigued to see what the fuck happens. It's not the easiest fight for either of these boys. Bane is primarily a clinch fighter, but one of the best ones I've ever seen. One of the most exciting guys I've seen. His control is pretty decent. Uses physicality a lot more than technique in that area. Grabs the underhook a lot. But once he controls you against a clinch, which he will be very active about getting, he will crush that space and get across the octagon almost immediately. In a lot of his fights, in his UFC Contender Series fight, he did do that. It's not always what he's done in previous fights. He's sometimes struck with people and all that sort of stuff. But I think he understands that at this high level, he needs to do what's beneficial for him. And it avoids him taking damage. It means he can implement his game and use his attributes, which are his massive physicality and his willingness to fucking hurt people. The Ox fighter is... as we probably all know, is a dangerous motherfucking fighter. Khaos Williams comes in there to create chaos. Has crazy one-shot power. Will literally knock you out with one single shot. Doesn't even have to do the most powerful one. Just a nice left hook or a straight shot, something like that. He will fucking knock you out. Generally throws winging shots, left hooks, right hooks, things like that. But can tidy up a little bit. Has had some success in the clinch. Has a few fights that go decision. Not that many. Yeah, primarily it's one of them ones where like we're looking at a guy, both two guys that are physically fucking freaky, fighting each other. One guy's got the advantage on the feet and the other guy's got the advantage in the clinch. Bane can definitely do damage, cut the man up, just fuck you up, break you down, break your knees and things like that. I don't know if the Ox fighter is that guy to get broken down like that. Yeah, if you're looking at some spicy odds, man, you got fucking Andreas Gustafsson at 5-1 to get decision. Maybe a 4-1, something like that. But fucking hell. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think this is going to dictate, this is going to play out in the clinch. I think the Ox fighter is going to be able to try and use his own physicality, which is just insane, to get out of those situations. But I don't think he's clean enough to catch Bane. I think Bane's going to carry on dogging it, hurting him, breaking him down slowly. That's what he does. Yeah, and for me, I'll back the boy, but I've got a huge bias on this fight. I do love Andreas. I really hope he gets the win because... God damn it, like, fucking 3 fights cancelled, injury on your first fight. He had, his matchups have been getting harder and harder as well. His first fight against Preston Parsons was a lock, easy dub. And proved it because Preston Parsons came out there and got fucked up almost instantly. Then he got a couple more fighters, got increasingly harder, and this is probably the hardest one. It's fucking nightmarish for him. Yeah, I hope he gets a win. I think he seems like a good guy, even though he's very violent. I do love the Khaos Williams, but he's not shown that level, and I think Andreas is a guy that's really interesting to have in the division. Both guys are, but I would like to see Andreas win this one. Next fight, we have the polar bear, Sergey Spivak versus Salsa Boy, Waldo Cortez Acosta. Generally, this is a striker grappler matchup here. A lot of fights on this card, I think, are, if I'm not mistaken. Spivak is a submission artist primarily. Needs to get on top to win, needs to crank an arm, things like that. Salsa Boy's a striker, good takedown defense, great jab. Heavyweight, he throws quite a decent amount of volume, 5.76 landed per minute. It's very good. And yeah, I mean, sadly, I do love the polar bear, but I think this is only going one way. Costa is very good takedown defense. The only time he's ever lost and gotten taken down in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken, mostly got fucked up was against De Lima, which is a massive big boy heavyweight. And Yeah, he just got kicked the shit out of. His leg got absolutely fucked up, and then he was just had no leg and was able to be taken down easy. So I don't think Spivak's that guy on the feet. I'm sure he's been training for it, but I think there's too big of a gap here, and I think Salsa Boy's tits too hard. Salsa Boy by KO, easy money. We got the Red Fox, Ashmouz, one of the most negative, not boring, but meh fighters to watch, because it's just, he does one thing, backs up, throws an overhand, throws a left hook. That's a lot of it. Killing Saragih is very good, has a lot of, has a lot of variety. Hands, kicks, high, low. He will take you down, he will grapple you, good submission offense, good top control, good sweeps. Very good overall. It's just one of the ones where you find a guy like Ashmouz who does have a decent amount of power, and his style reminds me a lot of Tyron Woodley, where he'll back up, and then he will throw just one single shot. And it's just a bit of like a puzzle to figure out. It's a difficult one to figure out, really. You have to be patient, but also active. We saw Chris Dunker manage to get the one win against Ashmouz because he just came out first round, kept that distance, kicked the shit out of him all the time, kicked for the most part, and ended up breaking his wrist in the first round, Ashmouz's wrist. And yeah, then Ashmouz was pretty much fucked after that. I think Saragih could do that. He's got the height advantage. He's got the reach advantage. He's very good. He's very good, Saragih. He's got head kicks, which are quite nice. Oh, there we go. He's got head kicks, which are quite nice. So yeah, I back Saragih. Not the luckiest one at all. The Red Fox could definitely upset some fucking numbers here. But yeah, gonna be a good fucking fight. Oh, I'm gassed about this one. Saragih versus Yoo Joo-sang. Yeah, great fight, this one. Jeka is Filipino, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of a shorter guy. Really great timing and great amount of power. Throws generally looping shots. And isn't the smartest fighter in the sense that if you pressure him and feint at him, he will just throw. However, he is good because he manages to mix that in with really good timing and really good power occasionally, which catches you off guard. Jong Sung-woo is a fucking phenomenal fighter. Great on the feet, great on the ground. Probably not the best on the ground. I mean, if you put him against a submission artist, he might struggle. But decent defensive, will counter take down. So if you try and take him down, he will take you down. Instead, he will defend and take you down and get top control. He's very good at pulling, very good at feinting. I think his style is perfect to beat Jeka. However, there's always that bomb. There's another boy that Jeka fought on the Contender Series, if I'm not mistaken, or the Road to UFC or something like that, who was, what's his name? The Korean Zombie's protege, who looked great, physically great, was slightly quicker, but just really tentative because he'd seen what Jeka can do, and ended up feinting too close to him, and Jeka just fucking bombed him with one single shot, cracked him while he was fucking throwing an uppercut. Horrible. And so, I mean, the timing was great. The timing was fantastic from Jeka. And yeah, two strikers here. It's going to be an exciting fight. I think Yoo Sang-woo is too big, too good to lose this fight. I think he wins it probably by decision. However, the KO is not out of the question. Next, we have the Queen of Violence, Adriana da Silva versus the Joker, Wang Cong. I've been really impressed with Wang Cong. She's looked great fight after fight after fight. And I did doubt her because of the fact that everyone was saying she's all this sort of shit, and she got subbed at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just a thing that happens at undefeated fighters. She was 6-0, I think, at the time, and you just can't really believe that they're that sort of level if they're at that point. But yeah, I think this is a very winnable fight. Andrea da Silva's got no grappling whatsoever. She will get submitted by anyone. Wang Cong has a decent amount of submission game. She's been getting better in there. She's primarily a kickboxer, but will come in and just like grapple you if she fucking wants to. And yeah, she might submit her. I think she'll probably knock her out because she's got way better boxing than Andrea. Adriana's great in the clinch, good elbows in the clinch, things like that. But out on the feet, out at distance, she's not that girl. Could be surprised. She might come out really game. She needs a win. So it's one of them ones where the motivation factor is really going to play a part here. But Wang Cong really, really wants to win, and really, I think, is looking to prove a lot of self. Yeah, Adriana's just taking a lot of damage in her career. She's been in the UFC for most of the time, and can't be good for your health. The Gorilla, Brendan Ribero versus Amzat Murzakanov. How the fuck you say that? The professional. I've been a big Brandon Ribero hater. He's basically a moose if you look at his face, and yeah, he's just so unlegit. But I mean, this is what I thought before the last fight. His last fight, he showed a lot more technical ability. Before that, he was literally just threw the jab, straight, and left hook. That's all he threw whenever you were near him, and he wouldn't throw jab and then straight and then left hook. He would throw jab, straight, left hook, jab, straight, left hook, jab, straight, left hook, which meant that he just got KO'd by that giant Asian who just came and just fucked him up easily. All you got to do is just fucking know that he's coming for that, hit him with a jab, wait for him to throw that shit, bang, and that's exactly what he fucking did and knocked him the fuck out. But Brandon Ribero came back, looked a lot better. He's got a good amount, can grip the fuck out of you. He's huge. He's got crazy reach over this guy. He could win this fight, but Brandon Ribero likes to fight in that boxing range, which I just think is just a horrible nightmare matchup with Amzat, who's a really good slipper and ripper. He's got great boxing, knocked about. Jacoby is a way better kickboxer than fucking Brandon Ribero, way better at keeping distance. Ribero's always got that KO power, but I just think Amzat's going to be too good at despite being a short guy in most of his matchups, he's a southpaw and he uses that well. Doesn't throw. Keeps distance, and then decides when you're not really ready for it because you thought, oh, this guy's not throwing anything, he'll just fucking bomb on you and just close that distance really quick with his feet, land some sharp shots, good amount of power. I think he's probably going to put Brandon Ribero out, and that is what the odds suggest. Ribero's also coming in on a short notice. He could cause an upset here for sure. He's that sort of guy, but I just don't think. I think the boxing deficit and the ploddingness of the feet is going to cause an issue for him. The Bulldog, Bruno Silva, my boy. Yeah, I love Bruno Silva, man. I picked him to kill Durden. He did. Some good odds for that. He's got a great amount of power. Will knock out these boys at a sort of lowish level. Got a good straight. A slash overhand. Doesn't really throw it proper straight, but throws like an overhand-ish sort of thing. Good left hook. Yeah, tends to fight at distance. Space, and then will cover the distance really quick, just land a couple of shots and then try and get out. He really struggled with Cap last fight because when he was closing the distance, he just wasn't able to hit him, and he was getting countered. Even when he wasn't getting countered at the start of the fight, he just hated it. I think it was really dejecting him to not be able to land these shots, and he realized that he was at a speed disadvantage. So, yeah, Joshua Van's very good at pulling, very good at slipping. He puts a lot of pressure on, draws out shots, figures some shit out, then will land the damage. He's gotten slightly better at winning the first round rather than letting go past. He will try and win that round a little bit more. He will, towards the end of it, 3 minutes in, start throwing a lot more. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be any different. Sadly, sadly for me, because I like Bruno, I think he's a good guy. I don't know him, but he seems like a lovely man. I just love a short man with power. He's always at a side disadvantage. He's an older guy now. Yeah, but Joshua Van's got that fucking 8.1 landed per minute, which is just freaky. Strike defense 60. Those are great stats. His strike defense is the thing that stands out to me the most to me. I've not seen him get cut, not seen him really get hit that clean. He's fought mostly grapplers, which is what makes this kind of interesting to me. We'll see what the fuck happens with that. But after seeing what happened with him in the Cap fight, I just think at that age, he's probably not got it in. And the motivation when he misses shots, I think, is going to cause a big of an issue. The silent assassin, Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. Nonsense fight, but we're all here for it. We've got Vicente Luque, who literally has had a brain bleed. His brain has bled after fights. To which point doctors were like, you probably shouldn't do this. He thought about it for a while, decided he should, got KO'd, came back, got a submission win over... Who the fuck am I thinking of? Got a submission win. And yeah, it's one of them ones that Kevin Holland can knock him out, but essentially Luque, if he gets into the ground, he's probably going to submit him. I lean towards Luque because I just don't believe that Kevin Holland's frame is going to be good enough to be able to deal with the physicality of Luque. However, the damage, the age, not even so much the age, but just the damage that fucking Luque has had, because he fights with his forehead all the time in his previous career. We'll see if this is a new chapter for him. At 2-1, I think Luque is probably the way to go on this. I would go submission. I think Holland's got decent sub defense, but not great. And I think Luque's got a real squeeze on him. I think he's going to find something. I think Holland also will try and escape these situations. He thinks he's going to panic a little bit. motivation for him as well is that Kevin Holland gets paid no matter what. He gets paid a shit ton to show. So he doesn't mind if he loses to a submission artist. He really doesn't. He'll go out there and try and knock these guys out. The fights that he can win, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll go in there and try and knock these guys out. But he doesn't care that much. Yeah, I think this is just more like, it's a nonsense fight. It's a ridiculous fight. Who the fuck could tell what's going to happen? It's either Luque submission, Holland by KO. Do with that what you will. Probably stay away from it. Luque at 2-1. I like it. I think the sub's going to be live. We'll see what the fuck happens. Oh, gas about this one. Mario Bautista versus Patchy Mix. Yeah, I can't believe the betting lines on this. 6-4, almost 1.5-1 for Bautista outright. Bautista, so we've got Patchy Mix, who's a grappler primarily, has almost no striking on the feet. Like, he's not bad, but he's just so undangerous. And he got that nice knee knockout of whoever the fuck it was. But realistically, he's just such a tall fighter that he can do that sort of stuff. I don't think that's going to be here at all. They're both switch stance fighters, but Bautista is way better on the feet. He hits really hard. He's got great body shots, great head kicks, great leg kicks, great distance management. He's got a beautiful double leg, got beautiful takedowns in general, great entries on those. His top control is legit. I think he's just a smart fighter as well. Despite, having boring fights, I understand why that was shit. Because, you're going in there with a legend, Waldo. You'd expect him to want to show a little bit more fun stuff with him to, give him a bit of respect. But he needed that. He wanted to fucking win. He wants to fucking be at the top. And I think Patchy Mix is an easy stepping stone for him. He's going to be able to stuff the takedowns if Patchy Mix goes for it. But he's not even that active with the takedowns. He's going to be able to fuck him up on the feet. I have no doubts in my mind about that. Go watch his earlier fights in the UFC. He is a menace with the body shots. He will rip 3 punches to the body, all super hard. He's got great body kicks. Just a fucking smart fighter. Say what you will about him. He's a fucking smart fighter. So yeah, Mario Bautista by KO. I've got no love Patchy Mix. Fuck that boy. Kelvin Gastelum versus BODYBAGZ, Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer, do I rate him? I don't know yet. He's big. He's very, very, very big. He obviously hits hard. Is he that good of a fighter? I don't think so. I'm pretty intrigued by this fight though, because realistically we've got Kevin Gastelum, who is shown some a very well-rounded skill set, not always able to implement it all together. Sometimes he's a really good grappler and a shit striker. Sometimes he's a really shit grappler and a good striker. Occasionally he's showed it all mixed together, but very rarely. I'm intrigued to see if Joe Pyfer can stick that jab, keep that big man on him. Gastelum's got the speed advantage, I would have thought. Pyfer's got the size and the reach. Interesting. Pyfer struggled with the last southpaw he fought, which is Hermanson, which I think plays a part. I do think it plays a part. I don't think he knows how to use his jab that well in that side. It's a lot easier to use your jab in the orthodox to orthodox or southpaw to southpaw rather than southpaw orthodox. So yeah, I think sneakily Gastelum's got a chance here. He's always got a lot to prove. He's not that old. And BODYBAGZ is just not. I just don't think he's that good. I don't think he's got enough on his feet to show me. He's not shown me that he wants it that bad. These lackluster performances, these lackluster decisions. You're so much bigger than these guys. You should have more confidence. You should be able to hurt him with your jab. The takedowns is probably unlikely. I don't think Gastelum's going to be able to get him. Pyfer might be able to go get him, but I think his footwork is just slower, a lot slower than Gastelum's. Siding with Gastelum here, to be honest with you. I'll convince myself now I fucking believe in Gastelum. Give me that chunky monkey. Let's go. The Venezuelan vixen, Pena versus Kayla Harrison. I mean, we all know what's probably going to happen. Pena's got a decent stiff jab up there, but she's just not that good of a fighter. She fights like a creep. She is a bit of a creep. Kayla Harrison is a bit of a menace all over the shop. She's great. Got great. Obviously, she's a fucking two-time Olympic champion judoka. Pena's just not really shown that much to me. She's been able to take. Amanda Nunes took her down 6 out of 7 times. Anyone who's actually decent in that division has been able to grapple fuck her. She's got her own takedowns, but that's not going to help. She's got the jab, which could help, but Kayla Harrison's pretty good at distance management nowadays, and she's very quick with a shot. I was very impressed with that when I watched her fight Who the fuck is the last fight? I was very impressed with that. She's got a really quick shot. She fights really well. And yeah, I think Kayla Harrison's had her hardest fights. She's already fought Holly Holm. She's already fought... who the fuck is that other girl? She literally fought last week. Let's have a look. Anyway, the girl that just beat Macy Shison. Yeah. She just fucking... that's her hardest fight. That's her hardest fight in the division. A big girl who's able to stuff takedowns, who's decent on the feet. And she was able to get it done. You know, she fucking fought really hard, lost the second round, won the first, won the third, managed to get the grappling going. You know, it's one of those things that I love to see it when, if the grappling isn't working, you eventually just need to fucking use all your energy and pick that motherfucker up. Because realistically, what can they fucking... You know, you can stuff a takedown here and there, but if they grab a hold of your single leg or grab a hold of your double leg and just pick you up, it's much harder to stuff that takedown. You can't really do much shit when you're in the air. And yeah, I love that to see that from Kayla Harrison because she really dogged that out. I was very, very impressed by that. Very, very impressed by that. And yeah, I think she just really wants to win. I think this is an easy dub for her. Whether it's submission or decision, I think she probably submits her. Pena's good enough on the ground. Hard to know. Yeah, it's gonna be a meh fight. I don't think it's meh. I think it's gonna be a meh fight. I think Pena's too small. I don't think she's got enough. I don't think her jab is that calculated. I think it's more of a reactive jab. She just knows how to throw that like dipping up jab. And I don't think Kayla Harrison's going to be there to run into it. I think it's more... She might run into it a couple of times, but I don't think it's going to be there to her. I think Kayla Harrison's pretty good enough to fucking... I think that also that jab ends up leaving you super open for the single leg or the double leg. Any sort of wrestling entry. I don't think this is the one for her. I think she loses this fight. Give me Kayla Harrison. And the main event, we have Merab Dvalishvili versus Suga Sean O'Malley. So yeah, I mean... Last fight was a bit of a weird one. I didn't really see it going like that. I thought Merab was going to put way more pressure on, but he did a lot of skirting on the outside. I don't love that for him. You know, we've got a grappler versus striker here. Dvalishvili, his striking does work when he mixes in the takedowns because it gives us someone else to look at. Sean's got submissions, but almost no wrestling. He defended the single legs very, very well. Very well. I was very impressed by the single leg defense. However, his double leg defense is just not there at all. He's just not got the physicality to be able to deal with it. And maybe he's gotten bigger, maybe he's worked on that sort of shit, but I just don't see him being able to stuff those takedowns whenever Dvalishvili gets a hold of him. Yeah, he said that he's got a hip injury, that he had a hip injury, coming into the last fight. I don't think it'll make that much difference. I don't think so. I think the thing that will make the biggest difference in this fight is whether or not Merab puts the pressure on or not. I think if he fights on the outside, I don't think it's a good idea, because if Sean has even got like a slightly bit better at the takedown defense, it really can cause him issues. I think Merab needs to put pressure on early, work the damage, work the takedowns, break his morale. He broke him last fight. He wasn't able to finish him, but he really did break him. Mentally, he was just not there. He wasn't throwing any strikes, all that sort of stuff. Like, you can say what you want about your hips, bro, but you fucking... Yeah, as I was saying, you can say all you want about your hip injury, bro. You weren't fucking throwing strikes. It's a morale issue. It's a morale issue. He knows that he can't defend the double legs. He knows that. He's in the wrestling room every day. I've seen him getting taken down in his training videos by guys that are just not great. He just doesn't have the brain for it for some reason. He's just not able to fucking do that shit. And maybe he's learned that. Maybe he's gone, you know, he's trained with DJ. Maybe that can change the game for him. I don't think it will be able to. I think there's a certain level that you can't get to that quickly, and I think Merab has got multiple different takedowns he will go to. He's dog enough to be able to do that shit. I just really hope he doesn't fucking put himself at a disadvantage by fighting on the outside, by allowing, basically giving Sean what he wants, which is striking space. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, it may have worked last fight, but I do not think it will work. It could work again. I don't think it's the best path to victory. I think it makes it hard for you. Unless it goes against what he's like. I don't think Sean's that sort of KO power guy. Like, yeah, he knocked out fucking Aljo, but Aljo didn't throw a takedown for the whole first round. You're going to make him comfortable if you don't shoot on him. I'm getting alright. I'm fucking pissed off about the way that shit went down. I'm pissed off that fucking Aljo didn't shoot. Yeah, all that shit. Anyway. This is the MMA Elevator. My name is Darius. I'm still stuck here. Send some help, please. Please, I need to get out of this. Please leave me a like. Maybe I'll get some more traction. Maybe somebody will send some help if I get some more traction. Leave a like. Sub on the video. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely evening and enjoy the fights. Peace.